moment, we heard from the World Health Organization today that 2,800 people in Gaza had lost their lives, 11,000 had been injured. Those weren't all misfired rockets. You were causing civilian deaths in Gaza, and many will now say that after this, enough is enough.
So, first of all, I know there's a tragedy unfolding in Gaza. This is a war that has taken too many lives on our side. But those numbers you quote, they stem from the Hamas-controlled Ministry of Health in Gaza. That's where those numbers come from. How many of those were combatants? If you tell me that all those 2,000 were Hamas combatants, I'd say to you, good, that's who we want to kill. But of course, the Hamas Ministry of Health isn't telling you how many were combatants and how many were civilians. And of course, they're telling you, their impression is, oh, they're all innocent people. No, you have to be skeptical. This is a regime, a Hamas regime that just a week ago, you saw the sort of brutality it's capable of doing, and yet you're believing its press releases. And the truth is, the world has been outraged, not by Hamas propaganda, but by Hamas's actions. The world has been outraged by the brutal massacre of innocent people on October 7th. The world has been outraged by the beheadings, by the ISIS-type violence, by the lining up of people and shooting them in pits, the murdering of babies, the kidnapping of some 200 people and abducting them back to that is the true story here, not Hamas's propaganda and this sort of false equivalence between a democratic society that is defending itself from a terrorist threat and between a group of ISIS-type terrorists who butcher Israelis and treat their own people, the people they claim to represent, even worse. Impossible. There hasn't been a war in modern history where civilians haven't been caught up in the crossfire. But what I can say as the representative of a democratic society, we will make... Why do you say that? Because you believe Hamas propaganda that Israel is responsible for these deaths? That's the basis of your...
Are you saying that every image we see on our television screens has been fabricated from somewhere else, that every child we see pulled from rubble and taken to a hospital running out of supplies is a fake picture?
And in Mosul, there weren't difficult pictures as well. War is very, very difficult. I am saying the civilian population of Gaza is suffering. I am saying that there are civilian casualties. I'm saying we are making a maximum effort to minimize those casualties, as Britain does when it fights wars. We don't want to see civilian casualties, but we cannot allow Hamas to have immunity, just as you didn't give ISIS immunity when you defeated it in 2016 in Mosul. Don't judge Israel by a standard you don't judge yourself. That's not fair.